Hello everybody, I'm Dave Robbins with Endtime Ministries, and this is Prophecy in the News. What I want to do today is to go over a few questions. You guys are constantly sending in a barrage of questions every week, so I thought I might answer some of those questions today, prophecy questions, to try to help you out in your educational process and your research. And if you want to send me in more questions to drobbins@endtime.com, I'll try to answer your questions on future segments of Prophecy in the News. So let's go down through here. I've got 5 questions I'm going to answer for you today out of the Bible. The first question is, what are the seals, trumpets, and vials found in the book of Revelation? Well, starting in Revelation 6:1, John saw 3 different stories. 3 different ones. The seals are the longest story. The trumpets are a shorter story, and the seals or the vials of the wrath of God are a very short story. All of these stories are a series of events that culminate with the second coming of Jesus Christ. So you have the seals, the longest story, which it began back in about 300 to 325 AD, AD, and it ends at the second coming of Jesus Christ. You got the trumpets, which end at the second coming of Jesus Christ, and then you've got the vials of the wrath of God, which is a very short period of time just before the second coming of Jesus Christ, but all of those stories end and culminate at the second coming of Jesus Christ. The second question is there an organization in Israel which is gathering material from all over the world to build the third temple on the Temple Mount, and have they started the third temple on the Temple Mount? Well, to answer the first part of your question, the Temple Institute is the most prominent organization in Israel today that's pushing for the rebuilding of a third temple. Are they going all over the world and gathering materials? No. The reason being is because they have all the materials that they need right there in Israel. Of course, the third temple will be built out of stone, and they have humongous stone quarries outside of Jerusalem that can build the third temple. So no, they're not going all over the world gathering material. The second part of your question, are they rebuilding a third temple at this time? No, on the Temple Mount. No, they are not. The Temple Mount is currently controlled by Arabs, and if they were to start rebuilding the third temple today without a peace treaty being signed, we would have World War III tomorrow morning. So no, they're not building it yet. We take a tour there every year. We know exactly what's going on. We've got feet on the ground there that tell us what's going on at all times. No, they're not building it, but we know that they will rebuild a third temple before very long. The third question that was sent in is, what is the difference between the abomination of desolation and the Great Tribulation? Well, we know that there will be a final 7.5 years just before, or 7 years just before the second coming of Jesus Christ. Jesus told us in Matthew 24:15, and it's also in 2 Thessalonians chapter 2, verse 3 and 4, that once in the beginning of the 7 years, the first 3.5 years, there will be a temple rebuilt. At the midst of that 7-year period, the Antichrist will stand in that rebuilt Jewish temple, cause the sacrifices to cease, and proclaim that he is God there. You don't need to do these sacrifices anymore. I'm God. I'm the ultimate authority. The Bible calls that event the abomination of desolation. Okay, so what's the tribulation? Well, the abomination of desolation, Jesus said in Matthew 24:15 through 21, would trigger the final 3.5 years, which is the tribulation period, and that is when the Antichrist will be doling out the mark of the beast, Christians will be persecuted here on earth, and the 2 witnesses will be doing great miracles and having great revivals. So the final 3.5 years is the Great Tribulation. The event that starts that is the abomination of desolation. The fourth question, because I'm kind of running out of time here, the fourth question that we'll go over, and I'll finish some of these in future segments, but the fourth question is, and of course we get this all the time, does the rapture happen before or after the tribulation period? Well, we use 3 main scriptures. There are tons of scriptures that I can give you, but we use 3 main scriptures that absolutely prove the rapture happens after the tribulation period. Now you say, well, man, most of the Christian churches are teaching a pre-tribulation rapture. The Bible does not support a pre-tribulation rapture. It absolutely teaches in several places a post-tribulation rapture. So the 3 scriptures that we use are Matthew 24, verses 29 through 31. Jesus said immediately after the tribulation of those days. 2 Thessalonians chapter 2, verses 1 through 3. and Revelation chapter 20, verses 4 and 5. Now you can go and read those 3 scriptures, do your research. If you want to send me an email and say, hey Dave, I don't understand this, that's fine. I'll try to walk you through it. But those are the 3 main scriptures that we use to prove absolutely a post-tribulation rapture. So, and just again, if you have any more questions that you would like me to answer on future segments of Politics and Religion, email me at drobbins@endtime.com, and I'll be happy to answer your questions. If I don't know the answer, I'll research it, get you an answer, and we'll see if we can't help you out in your research. So I thank you for watching today. I'm Dave Robbins with Endtime Ministries, and this has been Prophecy in the News.